That tax cut deal has members of the Democratic Party boiling over, pointing fingers at each other and the president. Democrats favor the middle class cuts, but not the tax break for the wealthiest Americans, which they say will drive up the deficit.
Will more tax cuts and trickle down by showering money on the wealthy? Will that put America back to work?
Our caucus will not submit to hostage taking, and we will not submit to this deal.
To add insult to injury, they added the estate tax, which is a bridge too far for many of our members.
We've evaluated and said if it's take it or leave it, we'll leave it.
A kind of open revolt. So is the deal stalled, dead? Where does it stand? Jake Tapper reports from the White House right now. Jake.
Good evening, Diane. Well, a top Democrat tells ABC News that congressional Democrats stung by the midterm elections and this tax cut deal are almost going through the 5 stages of grief, denial, anger, bargaining, and they're working their frustrations out. But the White House is very confident that this tax cut deal will pass in its present form.
The president today presented the tax cut deal as the only option.
There's an important debate I think most of you are aware of on Capitol Hill that will determine in part whether our economy moves forward or backward.
The argument that rejecting the tax cut deal will set the economy backward is just the latest in dramatic White House warnings. Yesterday, the president's top economic advisor said rejecting the bill would significantly increase the risk of a double-dip recession. Even economists lukewarm on the tax deal agree. Liberal economist Michael Linden says the deal will save or create 2.2 million jobs by 2012.
It's a pretty bad deal, but the president has to take it. It will create jobs. It will help us move toward a more robust recovery.
Just beneath the surface, the president and his staff are frustrated with Democratic protests given Congress's inability in the past 2 years to find a way to preserve the middle-class tax cuts or to even hold a vote on the matter before the midterms.
I have said that I would have liked to have seen a vote before the election.
White House aides, speaking not for attribution, say Democratic congressional leaders never stepped up with legislation to keep the middle-class tax cuts that could get through the Senate, given Republican support for the higher income tax cuts.
If somebody can figure out how to make the agreement better for everybody, as Bob Barker would say, come on down.
And Jake, you got to take us through the next 24, 48 hours in taxes in America.
Well, Diane, on Capitol Hill, our congressional correspondent Jonathan Call reports that it looks as though Senate Democrats are pushing forward with the tax cut deal. That sets up a huge possible confrontation between the White House and a very, very frustrated House Democratic caucus next week.
But you indicated they expect to get it and to get it in its current form.
That's what they say. Remember, of course, they are relying on Republican votes as well.